Right, we're back. Sorry, lads. There was connection issues again. I'm not sure what's going on there. But yeah, that's very annoying. Sorry to cause the trouble. Mikey says, right, so I joined the other stream and it breaks. Watch out for this one. I think Mikey Bastons are cursed. Sorry. Yeah, but we're back. I think we're back in action. Yeah, so that's a little bit annoying. I'm not sure what's going on with the Wi-Fi right now. Yeah, that is annoying. Nonetheless, we're back. We're back better than ever. We're back. Chase says, how's the game week going, buddy? I'm on for 3 rewards. Chase, stop that. Chase is on fire. We're going to have a look at your... yeah, we'll have a little look at your game week in a minute. I'll type your name into SORARE data and we'll have a look at what you're in line for. I know the game week isn't over yet, but yeah, obviously we've spoken about the the Premier League licensing deal, so that's out the way now. Yeah, let's now get into game week 252, which is still ongoing. Chase, what is the name of your gallery so we can check your SO5 stats for this week? Mike said that's what the missus says. Yeah, Mikey, we got to keep you on a leash, I think, Mike. Curse in the chat. Weaselmont, is it black screen now? God, you said there was talk about the Bundesliga 2 and Scottish League. Yeah, there was talk about both of them, to be fair. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with the Scottish League. That sort of died down a little bit, didn't it? I really don't know what's happened there, to be completely honest. Okay, how is Chase looking this week? So All-Star Limited looks like it's in the mud. All-Star Rare, got one more player to play. Could definitely make Ethereum with captain to play Florentine. And then All-Star Rare Pro. Some nice scores there. Pomazun 80, I like it. Ganarkovic, nice score. I'm guessing he scored. For Kaysera Sport. And then this Lucas fella killed you a little bit, didn't he? And then, so we've got Challenger Europe Limited. This is where he comes into his own. Mike says, as I missed the EPL chat, would like to think that this gives HQ a chance to get house in order, but I fear they don't get the EPL license that will move into the rumoured, and they will move into the rumoured second sport. That's an interesting take, Mike, to be fair. Yeah, I haven't really thought about that. I'd hope that's not the case, but it's very hard for us to say that, I guess. But okay, Wheels on Mon said it's fixed. Good stuff. Yeah, I really don't know how that's going to work with the second sport situation. I can't see them rushing into that right now. There'd be uproar, wouldn't there? If, they didn't get the Premier League license, there wasn't an app. I just don't see how that's going to work. Chrissy says the Challenger Europe Limited stack of... who is it? Is it Dynamo someone in the Croatian league? Or I'm being stupid here, aren't I? It's Dynamo someone. I'm sure it is. It's not. I don't even know. Mikey says, get the new cards out. Asia and Argentina have new picks. Yeah, I'm waiting for those as well. I'm not sure where they are. They definitely need to hurry up, don't they? But yeah, this stack's nice. 382 points, clean sheet, no goals in the game, which is interesting. 96 points from this guy. He's under 23 as well, which is nice. Sitalo, nice little 64 here. With a clean sheet. Midfielder 103.7. That's huge. And then Orsic, who's a beast, I've heard, no goals, blanked as your captain, which is annoying because if you would have captained somebody else, then you would have had a better score again. So still a very nice. What are you going to get there? Tier 1 limited. You're in line for 97% complete. So yeah, I think you've got a good chance there of holding that. You're 12.89 points into the tier 1 limited section. So yeah, I think you'll hold. I'm confident in you there, Chase. And then here we've got 314 points, tier 3 rare, but I'm guessing you've got a goalkeeper to play tonight, which is huge. So what do you need? You need a 50. If you got a clean sheet and a few saves, you could creep into the top 10, Chase. Dynamo Zagreb, nice one, Mikey. I went blank there, to be fair. I couldn't think of who that team was, or who the stack was. Yeah, this is a nice little team, this. Trabzonspor stack. Very, very nice. And then you've got Jacob Rhine or Rini for AAB, is it? So yeah, even if he gets 50 points, you're looking at a tier 1 rare Challenger Europe, which is very, very nice, Chase. You're in a very nice position there. And then another Challenger Europe Rare Pro, another Trabzonspor stack. Why did you split up the stack, Chase? Surely that would have done really well for you if you kept these two with those guys. Maybe I'm chatting rubbish. But nonetheless, some really, really good scores here. 377 points, 19th, 97% completion. You're 1.3 away from a star rare, which is annoying, I guess, but you're well within the tier 1 rare, so I think, yeah, definitely going to look forward to that. Bless me. I don't know what is going on. Allergies have really got the better of me right now. Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah, Chase, you are on fire, to be fair, this game week. Cannot fault that whatsoever. And then you've got an under 23 rare, 299 points. Right now you're winning a tier 3 rare, but it looks like you might creep out of that position with, yeah, this 4% of the cards to play. And then you got a rare pro here, lovely score here, wow, for Maziz. Wrench obviously came off the bench, and Muric had a poor game for once. He's been on fire recently, hasn't he? So he was due a poor game, I think. But yeah, mate, overall, what a game week that is for you, mate. And obviously you've got a couple players to play. So yeah, can't fault that at all. We're going to have a little look at my current SO5 stats for this game week. Right now I'm in line to win a tier 2 rare and 0.01 ETH. So yeah, we'll get into this. So this is the ETH grinding team. Mike Mignon, clean sheet, 44 points from a common is very, very tasty. Nico Williams absolutely killed me this game week. I watched the game. I mean, Barnsley just completely nullified him and Fulham for a long time, to be honest, until Harry Wilson scored for Fulham. But yeah, very, very poor score. I'm gutted, to be honest. He's killed me. Sergio Gomez, again, with a really poor score. He started off quite well, the game, but I don't know what happened towards the end. Arsene had an unbelievable game. I'm gutted that I played him in this team, to be honest. But 89 points, he got me over the line for the Ethereum. And then Jeremy Doku came off the bench, got a yellow card straight away. Of course he did. Quinny's back in. Quinny, sorry for all of you guys for the connection issues. So yeah, ETH is banked. Obviously, we've only got the 0.01, but we take it. All-Star Rare Pro was respectable. Just under 300 points. Suzuki blanked as my captain. Kamiya got a goal. He got an assist away to Osaka. I didn't expect much from Shimizu, but I was hoping these two would, combine and get me a goal and an assist, but it wasn't to be. Vitinho had a very respectable score in a clean sheet, 2-0 win for Bruges. Nishio, decent score to be fair, even though he didn't get a clean sheet. His scores seem to be improving a little bit. And then Martin Pice got me his first clean sheet, which I was happy about. They beat Nashville 2-0, which was, I didn't really expect that, to be honest. And then, 296 points. I know the rankings isn't finished yet, 94% complete. But only 43 points away from a tier 2 is very frustrating. It's very, very low scoring, to be honest. In terms of the under 23 rare, so this is where we're in line to get the tier 2 rare. Van der Voort, no clean sheet. I kind of fuss, from doing the lineup builder last week. From what you guys were telling me, you didn't really think the Van der Voort would get a clean sheet, and it came true. They lost 1-0, but you got you got an okay score, 43.6, which, looks like to have got me over the line for a tier 2 rare. So I'm 38th right now, and it would take me to drop like 40 places basically out of the tier 2. So I should stay in the tier 2 rares, even though there's a few games to play. 96% complete. Vieira came off the bench, had an absolute worldie. The other team had 10 men, to be fair, so they were looking good. Weaselmon said, waiting for Thiago Santana coming back from injury for Shimzu, start rocking and rolling. Yeah, I think they need some goals in their life, don't they, to be honest. The Enzo and Alvarez combination worked out perfectly last night. Enzo took the first penalty, Alvarez took the second, and then won the third pen. They got 3 penalties, which is just crazy. Alvarez capped in 115.6 points, completely saved my game week, to be honest, with Nico getting me 26. Just goes to show, if one of your players does completely blank, and you obviously really heavily rely on the other 3/4, but if they do come in clutch, it has been a very weird week though this week, because Bijlo got injured as an under 23 keeper. Muric had a bad game week. Like, there was loads of things that happened that that don't normally happen basically. So the Ajax boys weren't playing, or Timber came off the bench actually, but Martinez was suspended. So there was a few little things that have helped me, I guess, this week in terms of players who haven't played or didn't play for whatever reason. I'm looking forward to this. If this does stay as a tier 2 rare, we'll have a look at the prize pool in a minute to see what we could get our hands on. And then this is huge. If Seo Young Woo plays tomorrow, well, it's technically tomorrow morning for me, 6 a.m. in the morning. They're playing in the AFC Champions League against a Thai team, but apparently Olsen are riddled with COVID, so he basically might not play. The game might not even get played, is what I'm hearing as well. But Costa clean sheet was huge. Nico Williams obviously killed me. Cody Gakpo was just being Cody again. Assist, lovely AA score. The guy's an absolute tank right now. And then Frankie Amaya, I watched him play last night, guys, and I'm so impressed. I'm not just saying it because I hold him. He's had some... first 2 games he had 2 assists, so that's why his scores were very good. But this game was just AA only, right? And I watched him play, and he's an absolute Rolls Royce. Like, the boy lacks a bit of pace, but for the MLS, he's way too good for that league. For me, that's my belief. Obviously there's some really good players in that league. Carlos Heel, that type of attacking midfielder, and he's not that type of player. He's more of a 6. But his ball control and his passing range is unbelievable. Like, I'm really impressed with what I saw. And 97.9 points has got me to almost 300 points with 4 players played. If Seo Young Woo can just play, please. If he even just plays, there's a tier 2 rare waiting for me basically. If he plays really well, then I could scrape into the top 12. I know there's a few other players with Seo Young Woo, so maybe I won't make the top 12. But a tier 1 rare is basically nailed on if Seo Young Woo plays, is what I'm getting at. David Taylor, afternoon guys, what's going on, mate? Adam, welcome to the stream, mate. I appreciate you popping in. So I'm in a good position here, as long as Woo plays, which is a massive worry right now with the whole COVID situation. So we could end up, we could end the game week with a tier 2 under 23 and maybe even a tier 1 under 23, which would be unbelievable. That would be really, make me happy, because last game week we got 350 points with 4 players because Papa Gay completely killed me. I know this is digressing a little bit now, but this completely just broke me a little bit. 350 points. Nico had a stormer. Gakpo obviously had a stormer. Young Woo had a stormer. And Costa had a very respectable game. But Papa Gay completely killed me. So, I don't like looking at this because, I was very close to getting a podium if he would have played. So, I'm yeah, I tried to blank that out, and hopefully game week 252 can redeem himself for me. And then what else did we have going on? Yeah, so our under 23 super rare, just very, very average scores. Tanny conceded a goal, nothing, hardly made a save. George Campbell was on for a decent score for Atlanta, but I don't know what happened. Leonardo said, "Hey Harry, can you talk about the Premier League deal?" Leonardo, I have already spoken about the Premier League deal. I'll show you now. So this is the second live stream of today. If you have a look here, so yeah, if you watch this stream, then it's 17 minutes long. That's where we speak about the Premier League deal. Yeah, I had to split them up because I was having Wi-Fi issues. So yeah, well, watch that video. This one here, the 17-minute long one, and that'll talk about the deal in depth, and yeah, we have a good little chat about it on stream. So yeah, hope that clears up your question, mate, and your request. But yeah, going back to the under 23 super rare, George Campbell had a poor end to the game. Yari Vishara missed a big chance as my captain, so that killed me a little bit. Suzuki, obviously I have the rare version, so nothing really happened there with him. And Ferreira as well, no goal again. I think he got adjusted. He had a decent score at one point in terms of his AA, but yeah, ended really poor. And then my special weekly, which is completely a throwaway team. I didn't expect any of these players to really play. Leonardo says, thank you, no worries, mate. Mikey Baston Campbell got booked late on. I've lost a 10 points for the clean sheet as well when Charlotte scored. Yeah, so there's 13, 12 points gone. Mikey was watching the game. How did he play, mate? I'm interested to know. But yeah, this is what really annoyed me. So Jordan Bayer started for Gladbach. They got a 2-0 win, and he had an unbelievable score of 82.5. Just pure AA score. Salomikers came off the bench and nobody else played. So yeah, I know it's if, buts and maybes again, but if Bayer was instead of Nico Williams here, oh my God, that's an extra 70 points. I'd be on 370 basically with Young Woo to play. I know it's easy to say that, but the worst thing about it is every single one of my under 23 super rare defenders all scored better than Nico, right? Jordan Bayer 82, George Campbell 46, and then Nishio 56, Vitinho 60. So I know it's hindsight, whatever, but it's still very frustrating to look at. And I'm prepared for Woo to have COVID. I know it's coming. Basically, I can just foresee it happening. So yeah, frustrating game week in parts, but also could end up being very successful if Woo does play and play well. Weezermon said, anybody else lose a clean sheet in the 95th minute? We've all been there, Weezermon. It's not a nice place to be, but it does happen to the best of us. And yeah, let's now get into the lineup building for game week 253. Well, actually, we'll have a look at, one thing I forgot to mention. I have a Ryan Gravenberch, which I chose not to play this game week, and he obviously scored 100, which is very frustrating. Did I have anyone else that scored very well that I didn't play? I don't have the rare version of Kim, so that doesn't really count. Obviously, Jordan Bayer. Chesney, I don't have the rare version. Sanderberg is another one. I brought him in before last game week, and he ended up scoring an 88 this game week, and I didn't play him. So, yeah, my pickings aren't great right now, I'll be honest. I've lost my mojo a little bit, but I'm trying to regain it. Yeah. Weezermon said, absolutely broke me Saturday morning. Yeah, it's a frustrating one, mate. There's nothing worse, I'll be honest. There genuinely isn't anything worse than losing a clean sheet in the 95th minute or 96th minute. I was just going to have a look at the prize pool in terms of the Tier 1 and Tier 2 under 23s to see what I maybe could get my hands on. So in terms of Tier 2s, Pedro Hincapié at the top, Marshall Ruti, who got injured on the weekend, I think. Omar Soleil was a nice one. Hilgers would be very welcomed. Robbie Matondo would be a nice one. Sickelman, not bad. Tapsoba, some really nice cards here actually. Sanket, Merlin is a nice one. Brahim Diaz, Marco Gruel. Gula, this guy's 17 years old, I think, for Fenerbahce. He's looking like the real deal. Kakare is a nice one as well. Brenner, Sugarwawa, Sanchez, Lucas Zidane. There's some nice players there, to be fair. Mikey says he was okay. I don't think fact he's played centre back and CMF again has helped. last night he looked like wasn't sure what to do, centre-back things or midfielder things. Stepped into midfield a few times instead of staying. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird combination. Like, I get why centre-backs can play CDM, obviously, but I don't know if, like you said, I don't think it helps if you just chopping and changing. If you're playing centre-back one week, CDM the next, centre-back the next week. Like, you want consistency in your game, right? Mikey says, Matondo is great apart from the flag. Mikey, come on now. Relax. D193, Haaland has come back in perfect time for the weekly. Have his limited. Wow. That is a very, very nice timed situation for you there, mate. Very happy for you. In terms of tier 1s, if Wu does play and play well, we could be looking at Mateus de Ligt, Darwin, Latura Martinez, Araujo, Maximiano, Vieira, Jonathan David, Guardiol. Wow, there's some big players in here that I would love to get. Sergio Gomez, CDK, Evalison, Olmo. Wow, yeah, this would be huge if we could get our hands on a tier 1. But I just know Wu is going to get COVID or has got COVID. I just know it. It's going to happen. Anyway, let's get some. Let's have a look at the prize pools for game week 253. So I've actually fallen into an additional playing goalkeeper this weekend, or this midweek, sorry, in the Feyenoord second keeper. So I won him 3 months ago, as you can see here, as a reward, and he played on the weekend. So yeah, it looks like Bijlow is out injured. I don't know for how long, to be honest, but I know he's out. So yeah, they have a midweek game against Partizan Belgrade, who I think he'll start. I don't think Bijlow's gonna recover in time, to be honest. So yeah, I've managed to get. I've got 2 playing goalkeepers basically midweek, which is very, very welcome, because I'm normally I just have the 1, which is obviously more than enough, and I'm very grateful for that. But 2 is very, very welcome, right? So just having a look at the prize pools and what we're looking at here. So Mike said he's a young lad too, experienced head, could do with it, but can be a lot for a youngster. P.S. I'm only other side of the border. Yeah, of course Mikey's an Englishman. Of course he is. I'm only joking, mate. But yeah, in terms of the prize pool, so the ones I'm interested in is All-Star. Nearly 9,000 participants, 170 cards. I'm also interested in the All-Star Pro. 35 prizes, though, doesn't look great. Under 23, 701, 80 prizes. And then under 23 Pro, 180 prizes. Sorry, 180 participants, 20 prizes. Which was the same last midweek, where we narrowly missed out on a card. So yeah, they're the only 4 that I'd be interested in playing. I'm only going to play 2. James says Bijlow is supposedly back for the weekend. Midweek he's up in the air at the moment. Interesting. Okay. Appreciate you letting me know that, James. I mean, I'm still going to play him just in case he does play. And yeah, I'm probably only going to play him in an all-star team, so it's not going to affect me too much if he doesn't play. But it would be obviously a bonus if he does. So I think we're going to target All-Star Pro. Under 23 Pro and All-Star. I think they're the 2 we're going to go with. So let's do a little bit of lineup building, right? So under 23 Rare Pro, our only goalkeeper that we can play is Diego Costa away to Lyon, which will be a tough game. They're 1-0 down. I can see Lyon defending for most of the game. Really, I think Porto are going to apply a lot of pressure possession-wise, and hopefully they get across the line, because I obviously want Porto to progress, so I can have him playing midweek for longer. Winger MK, if we did get the Prem, who would you be looking to pick up? If I had the money spare, if I had the ETH spare, obviously I shop in under 23, so it would be hard not to just buy under 23s. But yeah, there's some amazing players I'd like a Pedro Neto. That would be very, very welcomed. I mean, a couple of the big ones like your Fodens and Sakas and Martinelli's. I don't know if I would have the ETH really to get in those markets, but I would love a Pedro Neto. That would be very, very nice. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I like the Leeds goalkeeper. I can't think of his name right now. The French lad, but I can't think of his name. But I think he's still under 23s for a little while. So yeah, that would be lovely as a pickup. Yeah, let me know who you guys would pick up if the Prem was if the Prem was announced. In terms of my defender, the Arsenal under 23 stack, yeah, that would be elite. Oh, and you could get Ramsdale as well. Yeah, that'd be naughty. In terms of my defenders, right? So we have a couple options. We have a Wrench, who I don't think will play, so he's probably not an option. We have a Garcia super rare, who I think does play. Meslier, Mikey Basson, thank you for reminding me. My mind's going blank right now with so many players in my head. Yeah, Meslier is a top keeper, I think, and probably French number one in the future, I would say. I know Mike Mignon's not too old, so he's going to have a lot of competition there, but Meslier looks unbelievable for me. In terms of defenders, like I was saying, Wrench isn't an option. Garcia is definitely an option. His super rare, I would love to get him out. Diego Leite, I don't think plays. Nico Williams, we have a rare, or we have a couple rares and a super rare, so he's definitely an option. Away to West Brom, which will be a tough game. Kosanu did start on the weekend for Leverkusen, but I don't know if he's going to play. I don't know if he's going to play midweek against Atalanta. And then Wesley Fofana, who I'm not sure if I can get any information on. If anyone has any information on him, that would be great. But is he going to be back for the midweek game? I'd love to be able to play him, but I don't think. I know he had COVID, didn't he? Which, yeah, halted his progress a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to find much info here. So yeah, he's an option, but he's a risk. So I think the most nailed on is obviously Nico, right? So we're going to throw him in, even though he let us down this weekend. We're going to give him a chance to play again this midweek. Midfielders, we have three good options, right? Sanderberg's going to play. Away to Blackpool isn't an easy game, though, for Sheffield. Fabio Vieira, although he played really well when he came off the bench on the weekend, I don't see him starting on the week, in the midweek, sorry, if I'm completely honest. And then Ryan Gravenberch, who I see starting. He just completely saved Ajax's weekend. 2 assists, 1 goal. So I can't see him not starting. It's just whether, do I see Gravenberch scoring better than Berg? I don't know. I really, really don't know. Berg scored 2 in 2. Gravenberch just got 3 decisives last game, albeit against a weaker team. Obviously, playing Benfica in the Champions League is way different to playing the Eredivisie. So I don't know what to do here. It's out of Berg and Gravenberch for me, and I don't know where to go there. Winger MK said, Prem would be great for under 23 players. Conor Gallagher would be up there for me. Yeah, Conor Gallagher is a massive player. Yeah, I rate him massively. I tell you, it would be really, really good. Michael Olise for Palace. I think he would suit the Matrix massively with the set pieces and stuff he takes. And his left foot's unbelievable. I think that would be really, really nice. Guys, what would you do? What would you do here? Sanderberg or Ryan Gravenberch? Gravenberch has much superior XP as well, which could come into play. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I think Gravenberch is the safest option. Let me know if you would change that. I'd be intrigued to know. In terms of our forwards, we basically have one. Well, we have one choice in Gakpo. Well, we have a definite in Gakpo. Doku is definitely an option because I think he does play, to be honest. He played last game against Leicester. He didn't really score that well. Oh, sorry, no, he did score well. He got an assist, actually, my bad. So we're definitely playing Gakpo. There's no chance we're not playing Gakpo. And then in terms of our extra player, it'd be stupid for me not to go with Eric Garcia super rare. He's played 2 games. Well, the last 2 games got Galatasaray away, clean sheet, and they played on the weekend. They won 4-0, I think. Another clean sheet. And PK came off injured, so I'd be shocked if Garcia doesn't start this game again. He's on some good form, to be honest. So I think it'd be stupid for me not to play him. It's worth the risk. It's only a midweek. I'd love to get a prize out of a midweek team. But this is where I can take my chances. Weekends, I have to get everything right in terms of who's starting. And they have the El Clasico on the weekend, so that tells me that Garcia probably doesn't play the El Clasico. They probably go with Araujo and PK, if I had to guess. And then I'd probably just captain Gakpo. I think that's the safest option. And I'd probably go with that. I think that is my strongest team. I'm taking advantage of 2 super rares. I think it'd be stupid for me not to try that team out, to be honest. So we're going to throw that into a lineup. Nico Williams. We'll throw in Grav. We'll throw in Gakpo. And we'll throw in Eric Garcia. So, excuse me, as a team, I think that looks really, really good. I'm not just blowing my own trumpet in that sense, but on paper that team does look really, really nice. Whether they can come up with a good score-wise is a completely different question. The other thing I like thinking of is 183 managers entered, right? I would say half of them have 5 stars, if that. Probably half, I would say, yeah. That would be about right. In terms of our all-star rare team, we don't have that many options now. We are pretty limited. Chris says, what do you think about Sorba Thomas? Obviously, he plays for Huddersfield, doesn't he? I honestly don't know too much about him. Like, I've seen bits of him. He hasn't played enough for Wales for me to really, really see enough of him. But every time he's played for Wales, and I have watched him, he looks good. Like, he does look really, really good. He's athletic, which is what Wales kind of miss, I guess, on that side of the field a little bit. But yeah, I think he looks good, to be honest. Like I said, I haven't seen too much of him. I can't give you like a really good analysis, but from what I've seen, limited footage-wise, he looks really, really good, to be honest. I don't know if he's a Prem player, but yeah, I do like what I'm seeing, to be honest. In terms of defenders for our All-Star Rare, again, it'd be stupid not to play a Nico Williams because the other ones are all questions. I don't think Nico's a question, to be honest, even though they only drew on the weekend. I don't think he loses his place. Sander Berg is definitely going in there as a starter. That would also be stupid not to do that. And then Jeremy Doku is the only fit forward I have, so he has to come in there. I guess the contemplation Oh, what have I done here? Okay, I'm not sure what happened there. Let's start again. Mariciano, so we're hoping he starts for Feyenoord. We go Nico Williams, and then we go Sander Berg, Jeremy Doku, and then I guess the only contemplation for me is what do I do with my extra player? Because does Kosanu play for Bayer? I think he is in the running to play. Fofana, if he's fit, I think he plays, but I just don't know if he's fit. Fabio Vieira, we know he's probably going to get minutes. Does he start? Probably not. But because it's an F-grinding team, like, I'm not too worried if he doesn't start, because I know he can do something off the bench. I think I'm going to have to go with something like this. But then who do I captain? I think I captain either Doku or Williams, because Sander Berg's XP just doesn't do it for me. I think I'd have to go Doku or Williams. Williams is the safer option. I think Doku has the most upside, I would say. So I think I would go with Doku. I think it'd be stupid not to. But then again, he might not start. It's tough to stay. But like I said, I'm not too fussed with this team. Like, I'm throwing it out there, hoping that it gets me some ETH. If it gets me anything better, then great. But I'm not I'm not desperate for this team to really, yield something back. So I think this could be the All-Star Rare team, to be honest. And we could rock and roll with these two teams. I mean, if the under-23 pro team, if they all start, I think it has a really good chance, if I'm completely honest. Yeah, let me check the matches that are going on this midweek. So obviously we've got the Conference League, PSV away, Feyenoord at home. They could rotate though, because they're like 4-0 up. Lask at home, Rennes versus Leicester, big game. Basel versus Marseille, Roma Vitesse, AZ, that's a big game as well. Ghent at home. And then you've got the Champions League game. So you've got Man United away to Atletico. Let's see if Felix can come up with the goods there. Ajax at home to Benfica. Could be a game where we see the Ajax stacks go off, couldn't it, with the Timbers and the Martinezes. So I have to really look out for that. Juve at home to Villarreal. That would be interesting. Lille at home to Chelsea. I can't see Lille getting much there. We've got a load of championship games. Cardiff at home to Stoke. Peterborough at home to the Jacks. Obviously, we got Sander Berg in this game. Nico in this game away to West Brom, which won't be easy. Then we got the Europa League game. So obviously, Eric Garcia and Barcelona away to Galatasaray. We've got West Ham at home to Sevilla. Leverkusen gutted for Wirtz. I haven't mentioned that yet. But yeah, that's absolutely gutting for his season with an ACL tear. Very, very disappointing. Frankfurt home to Betis. We got Rangers away to is it Belgrade? I'm not sure how to pronounce that, if I'm honest. Monaco at home to Braga, and then obviously the Lyon Porto game. Got a few CONCACAF games, so Montreal at home, New York away, New England away, and Seattle away. A couple Prem games, Liverpool, that's interesting. So we're going to see a few Trents, I'm sure. We're going to see a few Kulusevskis away to Brighton. A few Damari Grays, I guess, not that he's under 23s, but at home to Newcastle. We got a few Liga MX games, a few Premier R games, and then we've got the AFC Championship games. Mikey Bass, and thanks for answering the question we've been asking for. We've been waiting for the Jacks. Yeah, I can't refer to them any other way, to be honest. We've got the Copa Libertadores, Fluminense away. Interesting. And then we got one Bundesliga game, which is the rearranged game between Dortmund and Mainz. So we're going to see a few Haalands. We're going to see a few Donyell Milans. We'll see a few Bellinghams, I imagine. And then there's one J-League game, Yokohama Marinos at home to Tosu. Who I don't have any players playing in those teams, to be fair. So not much interest there for me. But yeah, guys, it's pretty... there'll be a lot of competition, don't get me wrong. I don't think my under-23 team's plain sailing in that sense. Like, I think there's going to be some very, very good teams, or very, very good squads. I think this gets to about 200 if I had to guess. This probably gets to like 10,000 maybe, I'd imagine. But yeah, how you guys looking midweek? What's the special weekly this week? So it's just limited only, maximum L5 of 50. So that's why you were saying that Haaland's back. Interesting. Yeah, Haaland's going to be a beast in that competition. And yeah, guys, it looks like that is about as much as we're going to get out of this live stream, to be fair. It was obviously midweeks. There's less games for me to really to analyze, I guess, and less teams for me to build. So obviously I'm not going to be around for... I don't need to be around for that long. There's just not that much to talk about. Obviously, we just spoke about the NFT licenses and stuff. So that was interesting. Oh yeah, we do need to build our SORARE Mega team. Sorry, I almost forgot. So it looks like we might have two playing keepers this week. So we might be able to throw out two teams. Mikey Baston, how many of those under 23 sides are complete sides on SORARE data? Excuse me. Mikey, what do you mean by that? I don't really understand what you mean. How many of those under 23 sides are complete sides on SORARE data? I honestly don't know what you mean, mate. Sorry. It's going over my head. Yeah, let's throw in a few players here, right? So we'll throw in Nico. We'll throw in Garcia. We could throw in Berg, Vieira and Ryan, and then we could go Gakpo and Doku, but I'm stretching it a little bit there. Maybe I just go Mega 5. I think I'm better off going Mega 5, to be honest. I don't want to risk. I just don't think it's worth the risk of going in Mega 8. Not that I have that much drop